it's time for Rima's video. It is called Backstabbing Their Way to the Top. The most toxic duo in Vtubing. Bunny Ayu and Admiral Baru, which, I don't think he was in the Vtubing sphere for a long time and then, got a quote-unquote model and whatever. And then, to me, I watched Baru for a long time and he had a big group of friends and, they played games together and then it suddenly stopped. Something happened. And it just all suddenly stopped and I missed every single bit of drama. And I uncovered it maybe a week ago when I started looking into it and thinking, there's something happened there. Something happened there. And there are names that I recognize. And it's been on my mind. And then, hey, Rima Evenstar drops a video and we're gonna watch it. Prepare though, it's a long one. When I say it's a long one, I mean it's 1 hour long. Why am I not subbed? My god. This is gonna be a long one, so strap in. We're going in theater mode. I always watch videos in theater mode. Yes, I'm weird. Let's go, let's see.
Remember in 2022 when the VTuber bubble was peaking and every content creator far and wide wanted to get in on the hype train?
Yeah, it's the time where even Pokimane decided to join in and everyone started jumping in on that. Oh, it was a time. I don't miss that time for sure. It was such a weird time when everyone decided to be like, yes, I want to be popular too. I want to be VTuber. And they started jumping on bandwagon without knowing anything about the culture. And it was so infuriating. And I am so glad that it didn't really pop off. Because, the natural gatekeeping and, normie repellent of anime working, it was great. It's been a little less great lately with a lot of, anti-loli bullshit and antis just in general crawling in. But that's another story.
Pokey, but I only have eyes for my wife Marie. The VTubing community
Just got to G rank. Also, I never played Frontier. Is it just Monster Hunter? Is there no weird gimmicks? Because I do like some style stuff for Generations Ultimate, but anyways.
Fortunately attracted individuals with ulterior motives during this time, leading
a lot of players, yeah.
I've
seen that it's popping up.
Significant attention. I call it the cosplayer / VTuber Armageddon.
Yeah, that was bad.
Some of the industry's biggest names, including established cosplayers who had transitioned into VTubing. The controversy centered around serious
I remember that there's been like a gigantic
by the name of Bunny
gigantic
Ayu,
shitstorm going there.
Time to become a VTuber of her own, known on that persona as Bunny GIF. And she was influential within both the cosplay community.
I just don't know what happened. I remember there's been a big drama there.
The situation eventually escalated, culminating into multiple accusations from various sources and forcing her to create not one, not two, but 3 subsequent apologies. Not only that, but it also dragged in another pillar of the Twitch community.
How bad do you have to fuck up to get 3 apologies? How bad do you have to fuck up to spawn 3 apologies? And then, that makes me think, are those even genuine? Let's see.
The previously celebrated Admiral Bahu. But before we move on to the main topic, as a content creator,
Baru was everywhere.
Juggling 3 channels, researching for new content.
Not like everywhere, but he was like huge. He's still pretty big.
Usually the last thing on my mind. That's why I used to rely heavily on delivery. But
oh my god,
is that
a whatever?
Factor.
It's Factor. There's a lot of
Factor takes the guesswork out of eating
food
healthy.
like
they
ads
chef-crafted
with HelloFresh and Factor and whatnot,
and they're ready to heat and eat in just 2 minutes. It's like having a personal chef without the hefty price tag. Plus, they have
it's honestly not too bad, but it's probably still overpriced.
Keto, calorie smart, vegan, and veggie options. So there's something for everyone.
So if you are lazy and have enough money, probably a good idea, at least for some variety. Because sometimes getting takeout is extremely hard here. Not just here. And I mean, takeout is overpriced as well, so it depends on the balance of pricing, I guess.
It's a total game
But the variety
changer.
is a big thing.
So ditch the overpriced
And yes,
delivery apps
I
and
don't
give
skip
back
I
your
don't
try
skip
and
ad
get
reads.
50% off your first
That's how
box
we do here.
and 20% off
I'm
your
not
next
even gonna
month of
speed it up.
orders using my link.
And the
Click the
best
link in
part,
the description or scan
I
the
can't even
QR
buy
code
it
with your phone.
physically.
Your support means the world to me and it helps me keep producing awesome content. Now back to the video. It all started on an innocuous day on March 16 when the VTuber and horror content creator Lena Lazar quote-RT'd a popular artist by the name of Riku who was expressing their desire to protect and stand up for smaller accounts that were bullied by a large streamer, stating, "I hope at some point we all learn to put aside numbers of our fellow creators and call them out when there is extremely toxic behavior."
Okay.
I'm still not ready with my own experiences with other
that's
said
wake
community
posting.
member, but this inspires me to rethink staying silent.
This might trigger the other parties being like, you know, already on the sus side to be like, you know what, we're gonna release shit first and, you know, drown out the whatever the hell dirt they have on me and whatever.
She continues by saying, "Even an extremely hurtful individual can dwell in a cute outside exterior. Don't ever cease to..."
Yes, you know, as a Final Fantasy 14 player, yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Question because they come off as cute and sweet or even a professional in their craft. A bully is a bully is a bully. Susu, another content creator, cosplayer, and also temporarily VTuber, we shall get into those details later, also comments under Lena's post and replies, "I'm so sorry for all the hurt this certain individual caused you and so many others, Lena. I'm still healing from what happened to us all. I love you and I hope they will leave us alone so we never have to go public and reopen old wounds." Lena replies,
so it is wake posting, you know, but at least it's understandable because they don't want to start bullshit, and it's vague enough to be like, okay, this could be anyone, and it's just a general good advice for people.
"We became close through a pretty awful situation, but I'm really grateful for it. We've been able to heal together and lean on each other these past few years, so thank you, Sue. I'd rather them leave us alone so we don't have to keep wondering if coming out will make them stop." A few hours later, Bunny Gift, seemingly out of nowhere, also makes an artist appreciation post, tagging the same artist Riku and another artist by the name of Yuniho. And there's a new challenger, Jenna Lynn Miauri, another established cosplayer and streamer.
Interesting timing.
It seems like I'm repeating myself, but honestly, everybody in this story is super clouded. And she comments on Bunny's post saying, "Would love to talk about the things you've said about me behind my back, Bunny. I've seen the screenshots. Let me know when you get a minute." Now,
okay, there's like vague posting about what happened there, but it's like, I heard you were talking shit. Come talk, motherfucker.
To get interesting. Lena Lazar, whom we mentioned earlier, also adds, "You caused a lot of women so much pain and mental harm for years. I too have screenshots. Please CC me in conversations as well, as Bunny has refused to speak on DMs for as long as I can remember. I have your back completely, Jenna."
Okay, so we have a new challenger here appearing, going for no vague posting and just going full on offensive.
So it seems there was a lot of history there. At this
That
point,
seems,
more people
this
come
seems
out
like a
saying they have
lot of
experienced similar
stuff in
treatment
closet
coming from Bunny, and things start to slowly unravel, such as the cosplayer Innocent also stating, "Oh wow, this happened to you too? I thought I was the only one."
That's like a fourth challenger now, huh? It's a lot of people.
Things then escalate when Bunny's manager, Erin, butts in an attempt to defend her client, but everything backfires. "I manage Bunny, just replying here. Why haven't any of you messaged her directly? She is giving the floor to all of you to fix problems from the past."
And we'll see.
Jenna replies, "This is between us, unless she is wanting to involve her manager now. I'll be replying to her in Discord when I get home, and that's all you really need to know."
Again, for now, you know, without reading this, playing devil's advocate, it's understandable that a manager would appear to try to, you know, stifle the flames a little bit. So this move is understandable. But it kind of just takes a blame and, you know, relays it there. Like, why aren't you messaging privately and whatever? There's been a message that, you know, she's been dodging.
I understand it's between you all. I only replied because I can see that you all are ignoring her attempt in trying to have a private conversation with each of you. I care that she is able to put drama behind her, and if that drama is with you, then I wish the same for you.
That's already weird, because why is the manager responding to them by saying she's trying to reply in private? Why wouldn't she appear here and be like, okay, DM'd you? Why is the manager saying, oh, you are not reaching out in private? After there was already a statement put about, you know, ignoring messages in private, it's a little sus, and then we are 5 minutes in only.
Honestly, I find it a bit weird that her manager is speaking on behalf of Bunny on personal matters. Let's carry on. Now, Peach is another e-celebrity, content creator, OF model, etc. She also joins the conversation. I'm gonna be upfront and say you do not know the Bunny that we know. I realistically believe she would have never wanted a private conversation with anyone until being forced to. This is years in the making. Erin replies, do you not read your own messages? She said she would speak to you. Why does this need to continue to be in public?
Why are you posting this? Again, why are you posting this? Why hasn't she posted this? And if it's happening, really, I really find it hard to believe.
Bunny eventually also joins the conversation in an attempt to defend herself. I want to resolve issues from years ago and mend any relationship that can be mended. I simply want to help put things behind everyone. We have all had enough of the drama over the past few years. This leads to a response from Lena where she accused Bunny of convincing Admiral Baru to block her and come into her friend circle to make them drop her. To which Jenalyn adds her own—
Wait, what? You have him come to my friend circles and get him to make them drop me. Oh, that's a bad look.
And come into her friend circle to make them drop her. To which Jenalyn adds her own evidence showcasing a screenshot of Admiral Baru.
That's a bad look.
Her. Can confirm, went from Jenna, I want to fly out and spend time with you, to a block, no context. Even after taking phone calls from him to console him at 2 AM when he was feeling sad, don't call my friend. No. Susu responds with a similar story. A while back, he shows up to my stream acting super friendly, DMs me on Twitter to talk on Discord. We had a nice convo, and a few weeks after, Baru blocked me. Blocked him back because that made me feel weirded out. And even the VTuber Takahara responded with a similar screenshot saying, never spoke with Baru once while AF. So that's when Baru comes in. For context, Baru is a titan on Twitch and YouTube. He has over 825,000 followers on Twitch. Heck, a few days before this incident, he was the 4th most subbed streamer on Twitch due to a very successful subathon.
I mean, he's still popping off.
You probably recognize him as this very cute panda VTuber. His emotes are very
He's not a VTuber, like, before it was just a mascot,
so... just to use these emotes.
So, you know, just to be clear, this was a mascot first, then it was a VTuber. It's a minor,
These events depicts him as an entirely contrasting personality. And boy, was he pissed when he joined this convo.
Baru is very, very much an asshole. And anyone who watched Baru for any extended period of time knows that he is an asshole. But, you know, we'll see how much of an asshole. Because sometimes it's not bad to be an asshole to a certain degree. You know, a likable asshole, for example. Like you know, an anti-hero type of thing.
No. I wasn't forced to do anything. Stop dragging me into your petty squabbles and talk.
Did he just drop a first name here, or what?
Out like adults, or just be childish and continue to subtweet and act all high and mighty. No. Yikes.
Oh no, it's the B word. It's bitch. Yeah, I don't have to be worried about being demonetized because I'm not getting any money anyway.
Listen, if your first at me is going to be lies, I'm not going to be nice. A few days later, Jenna tweeted a follow-up attempt at discussing with Bunny and claimed she was unfriended. The screenshots she attached show Bunny claiming she's busy and setting up a time to discuss after her stream. However, she did not attempt to contact Jenna after. The second screenshot showcased how they aren't friends on Discord
friends,
anymore.
yeah, add friends.
Seeing this post blowing up, Bunny then replies that she had attempted to message her but couldn't, although she was able to reply previously, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Weirdly enough, those posts got taken down via DMCA as someone was attempting to take down both hers and Lena's posts. But things got serious when Lena Lazar decides to post a tweet longer titled "My Full Experience with Bunny
they come
and a video version of
because I do remember tweet longers appearing. And I think I think I remember if Strippin released something like that. I don't quote me on that, but might have been happening at that time.
To collaborate with Bunny on a figurine project. Lena Lazar co-owns with her husband a figurine company by the name of I Has Toys that specializes and creates custom-made figurines and offer beautiful and high-quality models. Lena had just finished collaborating on a figurine project with Susu, which was a wild success. So Bunny, who was Susu's girlfriend at the time, also reached out to Lena to have figurine of her own commission. The terms they had agreed on is that Lena would front the production cost until the project would start turning a profit. Then they would split the remaining of the merch rev 70-30. However, the project was fraught with delays and inconsistencies, with Bunny making constant changes and demanding adjustments.
I hate that. I hate that. If you're gonna commission something, be concrete about it. I don't like it.
Bunny was responsible for promoting the merchandise to drive sales. Every time, Bunny would give some kind of excuse as to why she couldn't post, whether it be moving or having her periods or just being...
My period just started. Is this something that fully just, you know, frees you from any responsibility in a business sense? You couldn't find any other day before? It's a little weird. Let's go back because there was a screenshot I missed. Okay. I didn't know you were able to check Discord, so here are some images you can share. The build up to the pre-order is super important. So, you know, hey, you gotta tease this before pre-orders open to create hype. Okay, I'm moving. Post a tweet. Post a fucking tweet. It doesn't take any time. Really, it doesn't take any time. You just right click, you know, copy an image, for example, you know. You go to Twitter, and you press paste, you know, Control V, and then you say, I have something in the works for you guys. Uwu, heart, and post a picture. That's it. That is it. That's it.
Kind of excuse as to why she couldn't post, whether it be...
Well, if you need an ear, my dear, oh, that's a nice rhyme. I'm here and happy to listen. I understand life gets really hard sometimes, but your friends are here for you. That's very nice. And just making me more upset now. I'm sorry my period just started and I've had a really tough time lately. Thank you for understanding and caring, okay? Another delay.
Or just being really...
I know it's important, but it is really bad timing for me. No stress. Wanted to just shoot these over for you to use when you end up having time at all. It is all. No worries, seriously. I know. The more you remind me that. Build up for pre-order is important. I stress more. I just have so much on my plate at this moment. Post a tweet. Post a fucking tweet. Post a fucking tweet. Post a fucking tweet. It's not that hard. Oh my God, I can't believe I need to do this. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. I cannot believe I have to do this. It's not that hard to actually post a tweet. Wild stuff. I know. There you go. There you fucking go. And you can take a picture. 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 Let's take a picture. Here. That's all you needed to do. That's all you needed to do. That is everything you needed to do.
Busy. Yet Lena was always very accommodating. Lena then started to feel disregarded and insignificant, as if her contribution were being minimized. When she did end up posting about the project...
Okay. Don't feel any pressure in this question, but I was wondering, now that you have full images of this figure, is it possible to keep these photos on your Instagram and not delete them? I'm not aware of the algorithm or anything if deleting is good. Can I ask why you end up deleting them? The other teaser pics did not do well, and Instagram is fucking me over. I can't even do swipe up links anymore. I'm posting the full photos of the figure and hoping the reach is better. How does it change the fact that you're posting the same picture?
Bunny would promptly delete the post shortly after. When confronted by it, Lena, who stressed how important promoting the products for the pre-sales was, Bunny answered in frustration as the post performed poorly on Instagram and she lost her swipe up button. Eventually, as the two women got closer, Lena was invited by Bunny to join a group called Cherry Bomb. Unfortunately, the internet has ruined the word group chat for me and I have PTSD just from hearing it, as they always seem to involve some kind of backstabbing or sabotage. And this one was no different. Bunny in particular displayed a pattern of aggression towards other women.
The girl too, this girl too, they all trying. I just bought stuff and go and try to push harder.
She perceived as rival, especially those she believed were copying her. In private messages, she would body shame women and make claims about them, as well as ways to take them down due to them making her upset. She was very good at rallying others.
Why? During those 10 months of working on Sculpt and bringing it forward to production, I was often asked to be in calls to hang out and invited to a cosplayer group on the name of Cherry Bombs. I'm not a cosplayer, so I was always the guy on the sidelines keeping to myself. It was around this time I started to feel uncomfortable and witness a lot of red flags. She would often get upset at other women copying her, and she would retaliate. You're a cosplayer, cosplaying other things, but okay. In private messages, she would body shame women and make claims about them, as well as ways to take them down due to them making her upset. She was very good at rallying others around her to go up against others in the community in a very quiet ways to slowly make their careers suffer, to the point where they were just blotted out from the community over time altogether. She would pressure people quite often to retweet her, share her posts, and keep growing through making connections with other women in order to keep growing her social numbers. If this wasn't something they did, she would get angry at them in passive-aggressive ways. Okay.
Around her to go up against others.
Not a good look, especially with 4 screenshots and stuff that was before. Okay.
To the point where they were just blotted out from community over time.
Why did I read this?
She would pressure people
Rima is reading it for us.
Share her post and keep growing through making connections with other women in order to keep growing her social numbers. If this
I'm so used to these being skipped over, so
them in passive-aggressive ways. In private DMs, Bunny seemed particularly annoyed with one member of the group.
You know, you could censor it a little faster, but it's fine. It's fine.
Jenna Lynn Miari, frequently bad-mouthing her and believing she was copying other fellow cosplayers.
If this wasn't something that they did, she would get angry with them in passive-aggressive ways. I'd seen a handful of women be extremely hurt by this behavior.
Wait, I'm drinking. We will help. 1 second. So just throwing pics. X, D. We want to help you rebrand and pop take over Jenna Lynn's thunder? We gotta clear up your older content and the stuff that is unflattering. With our help here in TX, we can help with angles that highlight your best and styling you. We want to get you tiny booty shorts and those thigh-high socks Jenna always wears, but it will look good because you actually thick. Lmao. Lol. If Jenna wanna copy, I can play the meme dumb post shit game too. You should do it too, Shelby. See how Jenna posts and push that RT if you like ass stuff. Oi, oi, oi.
Around this time, to a point where they started.
That's more. I tend to distance myself a bit from groups. I'm genuinely scared of messing up and doing anything to upset people, so I generally keep to myself, which means I miss a lot. No worries, I don't want to upset you. In general, I don't want to associate with those who choose clout/numbers over friendship/doing what is right. And doing what is right is apparently copying others because they are copying you and saying that she doesn't look good enough and that she doesn't deserve anything and we have to take her numbers away and get them to you? Huh? Okay, I'm just doing what I would for anyone else that comes to me for help. I want to hear all the sides. Oh, that's not good with people like that. Oh, that's not good. Sorry, that's not good. Make excuses for their behavior instead of admitting they're wrong and growing. I have seen too much of it and had friendships go away because they betray me due to wanting to be popular. Again, not gonna go back, but you are a cloud goblin chasing numbers and trying to take down other people for no reason other than you're a cloud goblin. This is you. This is a lot of projecting there, but okay. So they think it's okay to ignore morals to because somebody, which never works. Those are a little too small to read, but the message mean that affecting us. I had problems with this. Clearly explained to her. I can let you know my. Quickly, just do that, okay? And then we can unzoom back. I can let you know my perspective. She doesn't upset me. At this time, I simply asked her to stop retweeting me, as I felt bad that I don't feel comfortable doing the same. I feel that communicating to people is important, and she wasn't really listening, and instead continuously trying to justify herself and not apologize. Which, if she feels she did nothing wrong, that's okay. If there's any room for people to make mistakes and be better, or she didn't apologize, I definitely believe in mistakes being fixed, but once with sexual assaulters, they think it's okay to ignore morals. I really tried to help. I can imagine this is for sure a recurring pattern with your friends, not knowing who is there for friendship versus clout. Oh no, I feel so bad. I think it's Lena. I feel so bad for that. I'm just reading that really makes me feel bad because seeing the context before, it's a big red flag, and you should have ran. But I know that you considered her a friend, so it's a bit of a tough thing. I was really disappointed. I really tried to help. I understand my retweets are more helpful to them than to me. I get nothing from their retweets compared to mine because they constantly share many people, rotate followers instead of bringing new ones in. All I ask is I want to support honest and kind people who have morals. Retweeting other people aside from you is now immoral. Okay? I feel upset that she's trying to start something. Is she now? Is she now?
With me privately, sharing their hurt and fear of the situation. Many times I felt awful because as a business, I can't step in due to professionalism.
Okay. I feel upset that she's trying to start something. No, please, no. She's not trying to start anything. I can never just choose to stop supporting someone who betrays me. It's always this big thing. Makes me want to shut off more to people. Oh, I don't like it. Again, I don't like it. Personally, I don't like it because this is grade A manipulation. It's like, I'm so poor and I'm so sad and I'm gonna shut off to people and I'm gonna feel so bad for that. Please don't support this person and believe in my side of the story. I think what it is that I'm usually neutral and I stay quiet. So she is confident in me to ask what she should do, and I couldn't say much as I didn't even know what happened. But I was trying to be understanding. She should listen to what I said to her. But I wanted to hear from how you felt too. Don't follow people who hurt your friends and act like there's nothing because it was only for reference. Honestly, I can understand that completely, and I had falling out recently with a group that continued to be friends with this guy that hella bullied me and didn't stand up for me when it happened, but I don't know why they followed her. I thought it was accident and she didn't realize she was still followed. I think I clearly don't understand the situation or know exactly what happened. I only get tidbits and choose to not get involved, so I worry I don't know the whole story. And if someone messages me, then I'm involved at that point. But the last thing I want is to upset you. You are my friend, so please don't stress, okay? I hope I don't overstep any boundaries. I'm upset she messaged you. I mean, you know, if you're having a conflict with someone, of course it's going to be, I am upset she messaged you. But instead of saying, no, this is my side of the story, I know what she told you, it's instantly, I am upset she messaged you. You are only of, you are only of my few close friends I trust that hasn't betrayed me. So it makes me just feel sick, especially when they are people trying to gain from me. I never messaged anyone, but about her fault. That's true, I can completely understand the feeling of being bothered because you kept it private. I think because I said what I did in the chat a month or so ago, she felt comfortable to speak with me. I don't want her out of the cherry bombs, anything to change. I just don't want to be her friend. She will get upset because she can no longer gain follows from me. That is... You are the only one who's talking about all the followers so far. I don't know about the other side of the story, but it's a lot of hyperfixation of the followers
I
thing.
continue to get more messages, and in my heart things felt very wrong. To be supporting on the side of someone to be so cruel and to so many women in her own community.
Sorry. Let me re-listen
This
to
wasn't
all
something
of
that they did. She would get angry with them in passive-aggressive ways. I'd seen a handful of women be extremely hurt by this behavior around this time, to a point where they started to get in contact with me privately.
Okay,
showing
yeah.
their hurt and fear of the situation. Many times I felt awful because as a business, I can't step in due to professionalism. I continue to get more messages, and in my heart things felt very wrong. To be supporting on the side of someone to be so cruel and to so many women in her own community.
Eventually, she would.
Okay, so this message. Elena, thank you for reaching to us about this. Also, thank you for standing up for me. I left Cherry Bomb after I've been personally harassed by private message, and sadly, I know I haven't been the only one, even outside of Cherry Bomb group, which is something I heard happened even prior to me, prior of me entering the group. I don't agree with this kind of harassment and bullying behavior, and I didn't want to take part in this intimidation game anymore, and that's why I left. I think I am much happier after I stopped taking part in this kind of game and focused my energy on genuine people instead. It was the best decision in my opinion, no regrets. I really hope you can feel better too. I feel horrible knowing that I'll have to play dumb / continue to somewhat suck up because I can't risk being doxxed. One was quick to message me too, and I said basically I was on her side just to avoid drama while intoxicated. Yeah, okay. If that was like playing super carefully, I understand that, and you know, all the positive reinforcement, but this follower thing is super bad, and I have no idea how you can think that someone might take this super genuinely and be like, yeah, that's what it is.
Be supporting on the side of someone to be so cruel and to so many women in her own community.
Eventually, she witnessed a conversation with Bunny being confrontational regarding Jenna not RTing something. Feeling uncomfortable, Lena voiced her concerns about how Jenna was singled out in the group chat.
Okay, the way
Jenna was singled out.
Good thing I waited. I was like, I might read it, but Rima might read it all fully. I gotta wait for a little bit. Maybe when it's starting to, if it's starting to get skipped.
Me feel uncomfortable, and it's not the first time someone has been pressured and singled out in a place that's supposed to be friendly, not hostile. She also reaches out to Bunny's.
No, it's not full. I'm glad you guys were able to see eye to eye and talk it out to agree there's no obligation. This is such a nice place to be able to talk and support in more ways than one. Talking is good. Looking forward to everyone getting back into streaming groove after the stressful summer. Lena, Jenna, and Sophie have been.
Place that's supposed to be friendly,
there's more
not
stuff.
hostile. She also reaches out to Bunny's girlfriend Susu to talk about the situation, which
I'm so sorry. I don't want to read it all. I just want to get the gist of it. I'm sorry. We're only here for a post. I want to be real friends, you know? Elena says this. Definitely felt that way as well. Most of the feelings were aimed at Bunny. I don't feel you put that pressure, Sue. I can feel you were worried when you mentioned your post before. Okay, so a lot of people are like sharing concerns about that person.
apparently Bunny learned about. But Bunny doesn't answer to any of the messages and just ends up quietly disbanding the group. So here's when things start to take a turn for the worst. Bunny starts to reach out to random cosplayers Lena had never spoken to, making claims that she had attacked her. During
It's okay, Bun, take care of yourself. I saw your tweets and was worried that had been happening to Sue, and I got to you. What happened? Heard that Jenna was sucking shit on you, so I got defensive. I'm sorry. It's a lot of crazy drama. Jenna, Lena, and Vixen Shelby, and all of them attacking Sue and I. You don't have to get into it if you don't want. I understand. Ask if this is your friend, even. One thing that you should always do is ask for a proof. If there's anything going on and your friend is like, yes, this is happening to me, even if it's your friend, please do your due diligence and ask for a proof. Do not enable shitty behavior behind someone's back, because the other side might be completely in the right and you're being extremely like super omega lied to. Don't just say, yeah, I'm sorry about that. Ask for a proof.
She had attacked her. During this time, Bunny's boyfriend called OG Texas, as Bunny is in a polyamorous relationship with both OG Texas and Susu, reaches out to...
Also, poly relationships. I'm gonna be honest. Everyone who is into polyamoric relationships or whatever is a gigantic, huge red flag to me. Again, it goes against the entire core of my everything, you know, world building, if you will. So if I hear like a relationship with multiple people, yeah, no, oh no, I'm not gonna associate. I'm sorry.
To Lena's boyfriend on Bunny's behalf to request that they only deal through Lena's boyfriend from now on, as Bunny wasn't comfortable with Lena's presence in the figurine project, essentially pushing out Lena altogether. Upon learning this, Lena immediately contacts OG Texas, telling him it's inappropriate. She was then told they did not want to communicate with her via emails or DMs any longer for the remainder of the project, stating that he dislikes drama and pettiness, which Lena unequivocally refused as she was the one in charge of handling all communications with clients. It's her business. Adding to this, Bunny still hadn't delivered on the...
What the fuck?
Lena all via emails.
You three will not be kicking me out of this. The business is us both, period. He understood it to be us, not you and Troy. That's what he agreed to. No one's kicking you out. When we have a call or, hey, we need this, Troy will tell me and Bun. No.
Or DMs any longer
Troy and I will.
For the remainder of the project, stating that...
You seem to misunderstand. I handle these things on the end of I Has Toys, not Troy. This has been my job. If you want to deal with me regarding the figures, that's totally cool. But regarding things we need, that goes through me and always has been that way. Troy handles production. Maybe you need to communicate with Troy then. He understood what I asked. I will.
He dislikes drama and pettiness, which Lena unequivocally
and was happy about
she was the one in charge of handling all communication.
When it gets time to design the box or whatever needs to be done to best avoid any drama or awkwardness, she would like you not to be on the calls. No one's kicking you out of a job. Troy will relay the messages to you as you guys are in the same place. I hope she didn't agree to that one. It's bullshit. You never allow someone to talk shit behind your back and exclude you from your own job, you know, your own space. Or, well, it's just to avoid petty drama. You have to be present so that it's a safety measure. Oh, that's such bullshit.
With clients, it's her.
I'm very sorry to inform you, but prints, things, and the figures, etc. goes through me, OG. Based. Lena is based.
Business.
So based on that.
To this, Bunny still hadn't delivered on the...
Take a break next month from Patreon and do small shoot for prints for my figure, okay? That sounds pretty perfect, actually. Let's get your prints going, and I'll do your card too. We aren't any more behind.
Promised cosplay prints for the figurine. So knowing that the project would end up going for another 4 months, and for her own well-being and sanity, Lena decides to cancel the project and absorb $20,000 in production fees debts. Bro,
Oh, $20,000? That's yikes! That's a sizable sum of money just to let go.
If I had $20,000 in debts, I'd have to sell my house. Except I don't
Actually,
even have one, so I'd be so screwed. But the
actually true.
next part contains the most serious accusation, as after Bunny had cut all communications, she continued to slander and spread rumors about Lena that
So again, we can see that since this has been going for a long time before the explosion there, you can see the pattern of trying to exclude people, to not confront them, and not give them rights to voice anything. It's a tactic to isolate your target that you are trying to, gaslight into believing you. So you isolate them and start saying everything like, oh, it's not true, it's not true, this is not true, or it's not true, I'm feeling so bad, I'm so stressed out, I cannot be there, I'm being super omega turbo harassed behind the scenes, and it's been going for so long, and Lena is so bad, and my mental health is so bad, and I'm on my period. Ask for a proof. Always ask for a proof. Always ask for full receipts. Everything. Don't just believe anyone because they are your friend. I know it's hard, but you have to do your due diligence. Don't allow them to do that, okay?
she scammed her out of her money. But Bunny had kept the money she was paid by them from the pre-orders, which totaled $2,123, and was never asked to pay it back. She says,
She even pocketed $2,000? Dude.
Only I was $20,000 in debt to pay off the refunds I still had to pay to cover the cost of the production that was already happening.
Dude.
I am still, to this day, paying this off. Lena then takes an entire year away from Twitch to look into freelance work to pay everyone back. $20,000 in production
Okay, thank you, YouTube, for doing that.
Rumors about Lena that she scammed, which totaled $2,000. She continued to slander and spread rumors about Lena that she scammed her out of her money. But
how can you sleep at night doing this, saying this shit, when you pocketed $2,000? You pocketed the money.
Bunny had kept the money.
You didn't lose a single cent there.
She was paid by them from the pre-orders, which totaled $2,123,
Oh,
and was never
no.
asked to pay it back. She says, not only I was $20,000 in debt to pay off the refunds I still had to pay to cover the cost of the production that was already happening. I am still, to this day, paying this off. Lena then takes an entire year away from Twitch to look into freelance work to pay everyone back. Still in remission due to the mess, and also back on prednisone as Lena had been battling with cancer in 2018, she had to work hard to pick.
Do all that to someone with cancer? Holy shit! Holy shit! You induce all that stress to someone who's battling cancer. Oh, I'm getting a little angry right now. Maybe just a little bit. Just like, just a little angry. Don't blow up your casket. Just let's continue.
She expresses how scared she was to come back, and the reason for becoming a VTuber was actually because she was so afraid to stream with her face out of fear after everything that had went down.
That's fucked up.
Once she started streaming again, she had hoped enough time had passed that things would calm down.
A whole
However,
year.
That wouldn't be the case, as Bunny was contacting as many people as she could to try to ruin her reputation.
A whole year!
Bunny had begun contacting as many people as she could, trying to slander my name as well as our company. She went to an extremely large VTuber group telling them I had created lies about her, that I went after her mods, telling them never to work with Ice Toys or me, saying that I took advantage of her financially, saying that I had snapped and that she was afraid. She did this to others that have now come forward with proof, and God only knows who else she may have spoken to in this way.
No, I'm again, just to say, we have enough proof of Bunny being super shitty behind the scenes already. I'm asking, like, good thing. I don't know who reached out, as Lena says that, you know, they have proof and they reached out and showed that she was doing this behind her back. But good on them, the absolute legends, for actually, like, providing the screenshots and being like, this is bullshit, okay? Here you go. That's fucked. That's what she did. Oh my god.
It continued to grow to other people in our community. This behavior went on for years. Anytime I had started to collaborate with anyone new or even make friends, there were times that they stopped talking to me, unfollowed me, and that was that. Later on, seeing them stream together with Bunny. She tried to bully me out of the VTuber community behind the scenes over time and did the same thing with Susu. When Susu had come out with her VTuber, she was treated the same animosity to the point of just about dropping it altogether.
Human being.
She no longer felt welcome. I now have a handful of DMs of people coming to me letting me know that she contacted them trying to discuss whatever she could about me. I chose to keep it to myself as much as I could, as I knew it was something that I could never escape. I was fearful of ever talking to anyone, as I didn't want anyone uncomfortable, and I wanted to try to be happy, pleasant, and show that I wasn't this person that maybe people thought I was. I was much smaller then, and she's...
Imagine feeling that way when you are actually much smaller, like a really small channel, by comparison to right now. You're a really small channel. You are suffering from $20,000 debt that you had to like go for a year to freelance and get all of your money to go there. And then you have to deal with this plus cancer. Dude. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. Oh. That's little. It's a little close to home, okay?
She's always been a giant, and there's no way I had any weight in what I had experienced, so I just kept swallowing it.
And then she brings up the situation with Baru.
Later brings up the situation with Baru. To be clear, I don't know Baru. I've never once spoken to him, and all I know is that he followed me once, and then I was blocked.
Alright.
I had a fear at this point that she would do the same to him as she did to many others, but this time making it worse, as he's an extremely large content creator.
That would be a very credible fear. A very credible fear.
And looking into it, Bunny and Baru were close around this time. I was so scared of making new friends and interacting with anyone who had contact with Baru or Bunny. It turns out my insecurities were correct. I had reached out to a close friend of mine, claiming I was as bad as Arcadum.
As bad as Arcadum? As bad as Arcadum. Oh. Oh.
I was a pathological liar, saying I DM everyone I collab or interact with. This was something Bunny did, so this is a clear projection situation. This was in January, and 2 weeks ago he contacted another close friend of mine asking to discuss this with him. This was many years ago. Not only has she never left me alone in the VTuber community, but Baru is now doing the same thing, but reaching higher heights to drag me in any way that he can. This has never stopped since 2018.
It's been going for that long then. Oh, oh. Oh, oh.
I can't escape it, and I'm mentally tired. I'm tired of being scared. I'm tired of pleading my case. I'm tired of making new friends and wondering when they're going to contact them and having to explain myself. I'm tired of this boulder breaking me, and I can't carry it anymore. I tried to save face and keep the peace by not coming out with this. I know she knows the truth, and I know she was scared for me to say anything, so she tried to change up her story in hopes that it made gains, but it hasn't. It's caught up now, and I've had enough. This behavior is not okay.
Jenilyn.
Why? Why are you doing this? Just fuck off already. You're getting nothing from that. You're gaining nothing from that, aside from trying to ruin someone who already took every loss for you. Okay.
Yari then goes on to stream to comment on this situation and corroborates Lena's side to the story and adds that she even has proof of her supporting Lena during this tumultuous time.
We struggled a lot for years due to this decision, but in my...
If you guys need any more proof, I donated Lena during this time.
VTuber Peach2D also corroborates Lena's statement, giving weight to the accusations. I stand by Lena 100% as someone who was a member of Cherry Bombs and saw everything go down in real time. Over the years, I've listened to the fear in her voice, the anxiety and stress this has caused her. I'm proud of her for finally speaking her truth. Lena stood up to a bully, and that bully has never let her know peace since that day. I can't count on my hands how many times over the years Lena was filled with anxiety due to another friend or someone she collabed with was contacted and told lies. It's been endless. So at this point, everything's...
Honestly, I can't imagine living in... I haven't gone through this on like the same scale, but I did have someone like going around telling shit behind the back, even after a long time has passed, to people that knew me by proxy and whatever. And you know, this in your mind, it really slowly but surely corrodes you from the inside. You don't want to experience that ever. You don't want to. You don't want to live in fear that someone is trying to peddle some bullshit behind your back, and people will just, you know, isolate themselves and just from you and leave. You don't want to live like that. It's a really bad feeling. And living like that for years? Oh, yeah, again, a little close to home sometimes.
Starts to unravel. Later that day, Susu also decides to share her experience with Bunny. I silently endured being emotionally abused by Bunny for years. This is why I have ceased speaking to her for over a year. A lot of what happened to me is similar to the public stories shared. I'm sorry I didn't listen to those who tried to help me all those years, and that my choices at the time hurt others. I'm saying something now because I hope my voice will help those who have spoken out or wish to. I'd like to keep the details of what happened to me and details about Bunny private. I believe there is a chance for her to become a better person and will respect her privacy.
No, it's been going since God knows how long. It's not going to get better. I'm sorry, not everyone is able to change. If you know, you might have some outlook on things and later change up your horrible looks in something, you know. Yes, it can happen. But this is malicious fucking manipulation. It's not something that is just a point of view. It is a pattern of behavior that has been going on for years, and it's corroborated by a lot of people. And it had been happening with DMs there, you know, for multiple people. You can see how bad it was for God knows how long. No. Will not become a better person. Don't.
I won't share any more than this. Taking time off. Now, Bunny actually addressed...
Just, if you're gonna be doing that and try to stay a bigger person, you know? If you're gonna be doing that, just know that your compliance with this might hurt other people in the long run indirectly by allowing the person that does fucked up things run free, okay? You're not directly responsible for that, of course, but always consider that there's some fuckery going on. You should really consider spilling all that bullshit out. I don't know.
Addresses the allegations levied by Lena later on that day. As for the statement itself, it generally aligned with what Lena stated about the details of their contract. She does express regrets about being difficult to work with during the production phase, claiming she just wanted it to be as best as it could. She also admits to deleting...
As best as it could? Your best as it could is deleting posts and saying that I have a period, I cannot post couple of pictures on Instagram. What the okay.
The promo photos of the figurines, as she believed it was frowned upon during that time to spam links on the timeline back then, which I'm not sure that was a thing.
I don't think that was ever a thing.
Allegation, she admits to being quote, sassy and abrasive to those in chat. To those in chat,
Sassy.
I am always open to talk things out. I'm sorry that my words were hateful, end quote. But
I'm sorry that my words were hateful. Sassy. Okay.
insists that Lena's screenshot were out of context and provides a full version instead. But even after getting the full version, I find that the context didn't change at all. So I'm not too sure what this was trying to accomplish.
It's my favorite thing. It's my remember the Hassan situation? Remember the Hassan situation of saying like, oh, it was taken out of context. My thing about streaming being harder than a lot of the work. Oh, you wouldn't be able to do this. It's hard. It's hard to get up from my chair and walk away and ask my mom to give me chicken tendies. When he was screaming about, oh, it's out of context, and people started posting context, and it was the same shit. And then Asmon came in and started making it worse. I don't know why people do that. It feels like they are posting this in hopes that people will actually not read through it and think for themselves. And it's gonna be like, hey, here's the full context. It was out of context, and it actually wasn't. But you know.
Overall, it wasn't a terrible apology on its own. I've seen worse, except it was completely overshadowed by a huge mishap she did. Because you see, when she first posted the Google Docs, Lynx had somebody else than Bunny as the co-creator. And so audiences believed she had hired a PR firm or a third party to help her draft her response.
A bit of a blunder
so her
there.
apology ended up being severely memed on and promptly deleted. Now on March 19th, cosplayer Citizen comes out with her own statement against Bunny. With the support of my friends and fellow content creators, I'm sharing my story regarding Bunny Ayu Bunny GIF. It's been difficult to recount my experience, but people need to know the truth of her continuous behavior for the past 10 years. She will not change. I was best friends with Bunny from 2013 to 2016. In those 3 years, she used me, lied to me, and manipulated our mutual friends and me to hate each other.
Kind of what's happening through a lot of chat logs.
She couldn't stand the thought of someone being more liked than her.
Yes,
so she spread rumors
for sure
and
happened.
lies and played the helpless victim every chance she got.
It's so weird that she was focusing on, oh, they are cycling followers. She's not. Her reposts, you know, are retweets are bad, and they're not good, and she's not bringing new people and whatever. All that stuff is so weird. Like, you can't just go and bring new people randomly, you know. Also, if you are getting some traction, it will travel outside the sphere of influence just naturally. But you can see that this thing, you know, being more liked than her is a pretty reoccurring theme so far.
I bent over backwards for her, was a shoulder to cry on.
Again, that's a lot of people doing that for her, and it's just unfortunate that there's a lot of good people just trying to be good friends with someone who is absolute not a good person, not a very good person.
And took her everywhere she wanted to go. I helped her with finding a better job and filling out applications. I would go as far as waking up in the middle of the night to go over to her house to cook her food or comfort her. I even helped her move out of her apartment when she and her boyfriend broke up. I did practically everything for her. All she had to do was ask.
And you know, this is no proof. Just to be clear, no proof to hear, but since you have a lot of proof from before, you know, all that stuff, it kind of starts to sound plausible. It's not 100%, but you know, you can see that this could happen.
Our friendship ended after.
But again, no concrete proof that this happened. There's no chat log saying, you know, I'm gonna go to your house and cook or something. But just saying.
Bunny used me for clout.
Just to be fair.
When we met, she had virtually no following, and I helped her build her socials. And when Bunny decided she was more interested in pursuing my boyfriend at the time, my boyfriend at the time was struggling with some mental issues, and he needed time to figure them out. So we mutually agreed to go on a temporary break. During our break in 2016, Bunny started dating him, hid it from me, and then lied about doing so when I confronted her in person after finding out from a mutual friend. She even tried to spin it around and make me out to be the bad guy. To my face. Her betrayals, lies, and
Okay,
manipulation messed
again,
me
no
up
proof,
so
no proof.
badly,
I'm gonna-
I became soured on cosplay and crafting,
Gonna
and
be-
honestly,
gonna be-
humanity
just-
as a whole. I was terrified of running into her
I'm
at
gonna try
convention
not to
and
flip out.
ultimately decided to retire from cosplay and give up a 15-year-long journey within the hobby. After 3 years in 2019, I felt healed enough to return to my loved and missed hobby. I had to completely rebuild my socials from scratch, given I had deleted all my old social media accounts, only to find out that she had gone on to badmouth me to fellow creators and spread lies.
Okay,
I'm
that's
still
a second
hearing about
case
things
of
to
that.
this day. Bunny spun our story to make herself the victim, reversing the roles by saying that her boyfriend cheated on her with me, when in reality,
Hello?
after she stole my boyfriend, she then cheated on him with OG Texas,
Oh my
who she
God.
began dating once they broke up in 2016.
Oh my
Bunny
God.
accused me of what she had done, which in turn dissolved our 4-year-long relationship and destroyed me as a person. I reached out to people only to find out each side got told an entirely different story from her. Bunny painted the other side as an irredeemable villain, presumably so we wouldn't talk to each other, isolate each other, and find out she was lying.
That's what was happening with the... If we go back here, like, you know, in the beginning, that was what was happening with Lena at the time, where like, her side of the story is bad. I'm so stressed out that she decided to message you. It's so bad and whatever. Again, it's a pattern. It is a pattern of things that's happening. So we can dismiss 90% of what's said here, but it confirms things like still going behind, and this, you know, it's falling in place with all the other puzzle pieces. So even if you can throw out 90% of bullshit here, this thing happens a lot, and we had screenshots for that. So this is not something I would doubt too much. This feels credible. Not like, you know, the proof is credible, whatever. It's like 100% happened, but this just adds weight to a lot of things that, you know, we've seen before.
But that's not all. Later that day, content creator Sam
Oh, no.
Thorne, also known as
Okay,
Strippin,
Strippin,
is also a
that
close
one-
friend of Lena, and he comes
that-
out in support of her
that-
and
that-
exposes
that one I saw.
Admiral's
I remember.
Baru behavior. Remember the
I
bit
remember
in
that.
Lena's statement where she claims Baru reached out to a close friend of her, claiming she
I didn't read it, but I remember that falling out happening. This I remember.
was as bad as Arcadium and a pathological liar? As for the Arcadium story, that's a bit of a rabbit hole for another time, but for the sake of
Yeah,
this,
Arcadium
just know
is-
that he's a content creator that was involved in a
Arcadium is
massive
fucking-
controversy. He regrets not
Oh.
sharing receipts earlier, as Lena and Jenna faced criticism for
Basically, really quickly for Arcadium stuff, you know, it's a very big horn dog who really wanted to bone all the women around that got invited to run huge D&D campaigns, and he was really creepy to all of them. And everyone who tried to help him were absolutely shat on, because he's really bad at keeping relationships. He's cheating to everyone. He's lying to everyone at that point. You know, he's just not the best of human beings, and he really tried to leverage his numbers to get into, you know, other women's pants, which is ew.
involving Baru without evidence.
As far as I can remember.
To rectify this, he shares proof that Baru saw Strippin collaborating with Lena
Okay, that's
and warned him about her, despite Strippin's initial skepticism.
and it's the projection. Do you remember, again, going back when I said that there's a lot of projection going around in this statement around here with chat logs? It's really hard to find. Yeah, those ones, I think, with Lena. Yeah, those ones where she was blaming the numbers and whatever, and I said that it sounds like projection. It's the numbers things and whatever. It sounds like a lot of projection there. She projects whatever the fuck she's actually doing, and then feeds this bullshit to Baru, who, without asking for any proof, just goes with it. Even if you are not malicious, you are dumb as fuck. You're dumb as fuck.
As you can see from the conversation, Stripping sounds really on the fence about it, saying things like, are you sure? She honestly seemed really nice.
Any proof? Any proof? Any? Like, she's actually and seems nice. I know. I mean, happy to see some evidence, but I don't know, bud. Oh god, stripping is so cool. Stripping here radiates like the biggest Giga Chat energy. Again, Sam. I always liked Sam, but my god, just seeing this as I'm like screaming for this thing, just show some evidence, some proof of what's happening. He just goes in and like, yeah, some evidence.
Is just acting really pushy. Stripping ends by saying, posting private conversations publicly is cringe, but he thinks that predatory behavior in the industry is much worse. And you can't ask people to resolve stuff privately when that is literally where the bullying consistently takes place. Baru, I hope you hold yourself accountable for the part you've played, if only to set an example to your community and people who look up to you. As of now, you've just farmed sympathy on a subathon and let the people who came forward take heat.
Just, you know, again, if it wasn't malicious, you are at best dumb as a bag of fucking rocks, okay? God.
But now, it is Bunny's camp time to reply back, and Bunny, seeing as her first Google Doc posted on her main account failed, decides to respond in a twit longer on her VTuber account this time, apologizing
Another
to everyone.
Apology.
And this statement is...
Sir, second apology. Let's hit Twitter.
Is much more repentant than the last one. She apologizes to Lena. She says things like 100 times over, I sincerely apologize. I apologize for how I behaved in those private DMs, for how I went on with business, for tarnishing others'
again, this brings a lot of weight to what was said before, because she's admitting it.
You, etc., etc. And she doesn't even try to explain or defend herself. She just says she's sorry for the harm she has caused.
Yeah, I'm just sorry.
By doing so, she's kind of essentially admitting to all of the accusations.
Yep.
She also apologized to Jenna. Again, I'm truly sorry for everything I did in those group chats. The toxicity and the things I said in them to other creators online, all behind your back, for everything I have said and done all these years, for the idiotic and spiteful jealousy, for the mean-spirited messages and the spiteful messages about
she just
you
goes
I shared
full blast.
Now, responding to Lena,
she just goes full blast and says, yes, I did it all. Everything that was said and done about me, everything. I did everything. I'm sorry. Oh my god. And you know what's the weirdest part to me? It's half the video still.
In stripping accusation, Baru also breaks his silence in a brief tweet longer and cancels the remainder of his subathon. He addresses each accusation one by one and apologizes for the harm he has caused to both Lena, Jenna, and Susu, saying he indeed didn't know them very well and that he was given a version of them that he took at face value. Basically, he's shifting all the blame on Bunny. He expresses regret for comparing Lena to female Arcada and says no one should have to go through all that. I acted on my own version, which I had in my head, and talked to you privately. I should not have even gone to you when really all I needed to do was just follow her and ask her myself. I consider you a very good friend. It hurt when I saw your post about me, but really it needed to be done as you were right. I was very much out of control and just acting on instinct, and not taking a moment to really second-guess my behavior. Thank you for being the bigger man I was too scared to be. He apologizes to his community for spreading negativity and offers a refund to everyone who supported him throughout his 19-day subathon. But in an epic twist, this guy's toast then comes out swinging, replying with a "diss you" to Baru, showing a screenshot of Baru attacking him during his ban when everybody was dogpiling him for streaming an anime on Twitch.
Stop giving multi-million contracts to these people. It's embarrassing to your entire company.
To which Baru responds, yes it is, I am admitting mistakes and moving forward. Cancel culture will continue to drag me until I off myself because I only did it because I was outed. I am damned if I do or don't. I'm just going to...
What? Huh?
try and walk a better path. It's all I can offer. If this isn't poetic justice, then I don't know what is.
Okay, fair enough. If this is all that Baru done, it's again at worst. I mean, not at worst, but just someone being very dumb. And this is why you always ask for evidence and ask both sides. It's not that hard. If the other side decides to be like, oh, I don't want to talk about it, then you have reasons to doubt them. But ask some about some proof. Like, she's going around and says all the bad things behind people's back. Where? Any proof? We have any evidence? Any screenshot? Even one DM? Who's the people? Who's the people there?
When it comes to these online controversies, it very rarely stops at a single outing, and so the accusations only grew. On March 21st, a Nazi-forward content creator by the name of Vixen Shelby also came out with her own experience, mainly during a family trip to Texas where Bunny attempted to groom her into being better than Jenna Lynn Meowry. And via this tweet longer, she dropped some even crazier accusations. According to her, Bunny obsessively stalked a couple cosplay girls, but mainly Jenna, spreading rumors and making inappropriate physical advances towards Shelby's partner. Bunny and OG were also inappropriate toward her partner and often talked about his dick and would often be touching her intimate parts for no reason at all. And Bunny apparently also laid her body across Shelby's partner. Bunny actively tried to alienate Shelby and her family from Susu, constantly painting her to be a monster, telling the boys not to interact with Sue because she hates men. And I tell them that how Bunny was describing her was not correct. She frequently didn't want to include her in outings because Sue would bring the mood down, or she claimed Sue would
again,
try to
makes sense
her.
about the
And it just felt like Sue's needs were too
going
much
back behind people's back and being very
It really seems like she was competing or did not like Susu, whom she was dating at the time, which is odd.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
Extended to other creators, saying cruel things about them, criticizing their motivation.
Well, we already saw that one.
Saying unkind things and claiming they should only do characters they look like. Her obsession with Jenna, however, was particularly pronounced. She constantly compared herself and Shelby to Jenna. She would lurk in forums about her, body shaming her, claiming she had botched plastic surgery, that she was buying followers and spreading rumors about her.
Okay, that's a lot of things to
advised Shelby on how to best Jenna in terms of appearance and social media strategy. The trip culminated in a confrontation with Bunny, who refused to listen to Shelby's concern. The tense situation led to Shelby and her brother fleeing back to Oregon. Following the trip, Shelby experienced immense emotional distress. Bunny continued to spread lies about Shelby's behavior,
shitty it is.
isolating her from their community.
Classic.
This emotional burden forced Shelby to take a break from streaming and almost led her to quitting her online work.
Proof here, no concrete
proof.
proof.
Statement to go through before Bunny responds.
A lot of things that we'll check out.
Cosplayer and OF model who also had a horrific experience with Bunny, whom she was a friend of for 6 years and has witnessed her horrid treatment towards their mutual friend Innocent. And it's also the friend mentioned in Innocent's statement that was brought to near suicide because of Bunny's bullying tactics. She reveals the devastating psychological trauma she endured following the abrupt end of their 6-year friendship on September 22, 2017. Bunny spread hurtful rumors about Yuki at lightning speed through all of her friends, causing the rapid deterioration of her social circle. Unable to sleep, eat, or function
this is like a mental condition at this point.
Constant anxiety and fear. However, in the depth of her despair, Yuki found solace in the unwavering support of her partner Sly and her friend Susu, despite herself still being in a relationship with Bunny at the time. Eventually, through both of their encouragement, Yuki began to re-engage with the world, finding love and solace in her poly relationship with Kaylin. However, the scars of her experience with Bunny remained. She writes that she is still terrified of Bunny as she trembles writing this tweet longer, fearing her retribution. And boy was Bunny furious when she did respond. After this, Bunny had enough. She goes full gloves off and basically adopts a mentality of, if I'm going down, you guys are going down with me. She releases her third and final statement, claiming she is being misrepresented by her enemies and is pissed that she tried to reach out to Lena multiple times but was blocked, and claiming they forced her hand and that Lena had done irreparable harm to herself, her brand, and her friendships.
Yikes.
Why would she lie like that and didn't reach out? Here's the proof. This statement is infinitely more combative than the other ones. She's the proof. And her friendships.
Let's see this one.
Why would she lie like that and didn't reach out? Here's
hey Lane, I heard that I made you feel bad. I would like to talk. I was with Sue and other day and was hurt and was going as well. Tonight, I'm not mad and hopefully I can get retention. Everything will be okay. You said that very nicely. I can play nice and talk baby. It's sad we have to do that, but others can talk. However, I had news that Jenna spurred over us saying hi to her on Twitch. Said we were spamming and that was having meltdown to Lena. This was in December. Wait, what? Who told you? And any clips? And no screens because Lena blocked everyone in group chat. So conveniently no evidence. Blocked and unfollowed and refollowed because it kicks from group. Fuck. She made group with old cherry bomb people, except whoever, and Spider and Bugs.
the proof. This statement is infinitely more combative than the other ones she's released so far. And she does one final attempt to defend herself, grasping at anything she can. You consistently claim the $20,000 debt as part of your suffering. However, you are the one that canceled the figurine in the first place per your contract. You took on the financial burden of making the figure. She also
So wait, you can sabotage everything about this work, you can delay it, you can be a manipulative piece of shit, you can just, you know, say that, oh, I don't feel well to put this and that. You can put it off for months and months and months and months and months, install all the everything that's going on, all the production, all the work. You can also start to mess around with the co-owner to exclude her, but then you go in and say that you are the one that canceled the figure in the first place. You insufferable person. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. This isn't how it works. And I think everyone with even half the brain would see this and say, what? That's not really right. Of course, if you are shitting all over the production and stalling it and like incurring more and more losses, at this point, it's better to take the hit and just distance yourself from you.
Describes a situation where she
I'm
attempted to reach out to
getting a little
Lena
angry
after
again.
she left the Discord group, only to receive a vague warning about, quote, watching their backs. Bunny concludes by
let's see, although we had difference, I still wanted to finish the figure. Bullshit. Then we could part ways amicably. We never would have talked again. I spent time and shouted out every one of your streams on my account. I rallied my... Again, see? Look at this shit. It's like, I spent so much to help you. I'm so poor and I was helping you by shouting out a stream. That takes zero effort. I can go on my Twitter right now and at anyone and be like, yes, this person's streaming right now. This isn't the Sisyphean effort you're trying to paint it as. It's shouting out a stream. I rallied my fans to your streams to get excited. And is this some sort of like martyrdom there? Like, oh, I took so much pain for you to have a shout out. Whenever you needed anything from Susu's figures, I was the middleman. And you know, I paid for Susu's print to be shipped overnight in New Zealand. You know the calls we had where I consoled you while you were stressed with Susu's figure. I helped you. I didn't have to. I wanted to. That's again. It just feels like she takes Elena's stuff that she herself told her way back, and tries to do 180 and be like, actually it would. And man, a lot of people accuse this person of doing exactly this, to lie about what happened, to 180 everything, and try to show other person as the villain, while taking everything that, you know, the person did good and take it like it was actually Bunny doing this. You know, I was so good, I was so cooperative, I was so nice. Bull fucking shit, especially since you already said that all of that before happened. Fuck off. I tried to talk to your business partner. He told me he would not be involved in any of your drama, despite being a co-owner. You didn't try to talk. You said that we will continue working on your product if you are excluded from meetings. That's not how it works. You cannot exclude an owner from meeting about the product that that person is gonna be producing. You stupid, dumb fuck. That's not how it works. You have asked for a public apology from me. I did it knowing all this truth. What truth? What truth? You blocked me. I could never contact you. When you joined Discord group I was in, you left and left a vague message saying that everyone should watch their backs.
Stating her needs to show the raw truth in her own
Elena proof 1? Proof of Elena blocking. Sadly, we probably cannot get to those, but
words, suggesting that there are further details to this situation that she intends to reveal. Bunny then goes on to refute Sinnocent's claim, arguing that she was not the sole cause of Sinnocent and her boyfriend's breakup, as Sinnocent had accused her of seducing her boyfriend while they were on a break. And
of course,
she kind of spends a large chunk of this segment downplaying how much Sinnocent had helped her, such as claiming that she hadn't actually helped her build a following. She already had a DeviantArt and Facebook following before she met her.
I would go as far as waking up in the middle of the night to go over to her house to cook. She has come over one time to make me spaghetti. Wait, so she actually went over to you to cook? In real life, you didn't even dispute that it was in the middle of the night, and that someone is willing to take time of the day away from themselves to come and help you with cooking, and you downplay it by saying it was only spaghetti. The fuck did you expect? A 5-star dinner? I'm getting angry a little bit.
Her, and secondly that she wasn't that much of a good friend because she
when
only
we met, she had virtually no following and I helped her build socials. This is incorrect. I had larger following on my Facebook and DeviantArt pages before we met. During our break in 2016, Bunny started dating him. We were two mutually consenting adults and we pursued a relationship. Oh, I mean, the guy is a dirtbag as well, but holy shit. Holy shit. If you are pursuing a boyfriend of your friend that you know that they are taking a break, you know, they didn't break up fully, but they're taking a break away from each other, and you're going in to flirt and initiate the relationship, you are a horrible piece of shit to your friends. And you didn't even deny it. This is nothing. You didn't even deny it. You said, yes, but we were both consenting adults. You were both bag of dicks then. I was terrified. I was told directly to my face that the reason that she quit was before she wasn't making enough revenue and she was stagnant. By who? And why do we have to prove, why do we have to believe you over her by saying, well, someone came and said this to me. Cool. And Jesus Christ went to me in my dreams and said that you are a shitty person and there's no salvation for you. What's this reasoning even? Badmouth me and other creators and spread lies I'm still hearing about this day. The only person I told about this was Susu. Yes, of course, we can for sure believe this.
Came to cook spaghetti at her house once. She also says she's not the reason Sinnocent stopped appearing at conventions, stating that Sinnocent had told her directly that she wasn't making enough revenue and was staying.
I was told directly to my face that the reason that she quit was because she was making enough revenue and she was stagnant. again, she doesn't say that, you know, she said. Like, I was told directly to my face that the reason that she quit. So it may be anyone. It can be anyone here. Okay.
Indignant, so it wasn't her fault. When it comes to the claims of her hooking up with Citizen's boyfriend while they were on a break, Bunny bluntly replies, "We were two mutually consenting adults and we pursued
both pieces
a
of shit."
relationship," after he made it clear that he had no intention of returning to his previous girlfriend. In fact, she claims that it's
after he made it clear to her, and they still went on behind the oh,
actually her boyfriend who cheated on her with Innocent, essentially reversing the roles and claiming that he was physically and emotionally abusive to her, but then admits that when Innocent found out about the abuse,
classic physically and emotionally abuse me, but where, who, what, here, where? I hate the pity farming so much. With my boyfriend at the time would physically and emotionally abuse me. Okay. Why should I believe it? I know, and this was during the time where people weren't as weary about all the shit that's going on in these tweetlongers and Google documents, so people would just way more willing to believe in it. But okay, and you abused me. You know, we don't even know each other, but you abused me because I said so.
she helped Bunny move out of her apartment. She also downplays U-Rocket's suicide attempt, essentially chalking it up to she was in a bad mental space at the time. In fact, when it comes to U-Rocket, she believes she was being used as a trauma dump, so this is why she severed their long-term relationship and asked her to leave. She concludes this section by claiming that she is being defamed and that none of these accusations can be proven or corroborated. But then we move on to Susu's segment, and this is the part where it seems she's just trying to cause as
you stupid asshole. You just confirmed a couple of things there yourself. What do you mean there's no proof when you're saying, yes, she did cook for me, yes, I did go behind her back and dated her boyfriend because we, as in me and you know, the boyfriend, we agreed to it? Calm the fuck on.
as much damage as possible. Essentially, her biggest point in this entire document was pinning the blame on Susu for making her become a horrible person, as Susu was her role model and taught her all the ropes of her profession. Basically saying since she had no other frame of reference other than Susu, she became toxic
voices made me do it.
She starts by saying that she met Susu in 2015-2016 and Susu would act as a role model and example for her. She felt like she was a nobody until she told her what would make her successful. She suggested Bunny does more provocative photos if she wanted to quit her office job, and this is something Bunny desperately wanted. It paid off, but she admits it got to her head. She claims Susu would often bring other women into the conversation, body shame them too. She says, I followed, I did the same, we both did.
And how does that absolve you? This is just like trying to scorch earth everything. But again, she's just confirming the fact that she did all of that. She just confirms it.
We were both
she did all of that.
Toxic to each other and those around us. I have the proof that she initiated these conversations.
Okay.
She was the one who brought Jenna to my attention and made threads on lolcow about her. She would regularly call peach jars the R word. I know this is wrong and I partook in the harassment. These conversations were private.
I hate YouTube right now, where you can't even say a word without being demonetized. It is retarded, yes.
And we were intimate partners at the time. I was emotionally abused by Susu for many years. I did not have a voice to speak up against her, and when I did, I left her. After I quit lewd modeling, I left the cosplay community. I wanted to change. I hated who I was, and I tried to become a different person. I never thought any of this would come out because it was all private drama, so I never addressed it.
And this is why you went behind people's backs trying to cancel them. Like going to Baru and trying to, you know, make him go and spread lies about Lena. Okay.
I see my old self in the girls cheering on bullying on a Twitch stream. You have proven that person I was.
Okay.
I'm not that person anymore. I want it and still want to be better, Susu.
I'm not that person anymore. You with this entire document, you confirm that you are exactly the same as you were. Exactly, 1-to-1.
You know the truth. You know we were both in a mutually toxic relationship. Neither of us are innocent. As for the Vixen Shelby allegations, she categorically denied most claims, namely the talk about Shelby partner's dick or that she ever touched them inappropriately. On the topic of them excluding
because
Sue,
this is,
she claims it's untrue.
we
as
can't
Sue
really
and her help with lighting for a Shelby photo shoot at Sue's apartment once, and that it was actually Susu who didn't want to meet the boys since she didn't know them. She also pins the blame on Susu for the cosplayers should only do characters they look like comment, saying Susu was actually the one who said that and not her. She does admit that she would sometimes be toxic in an environment where she felt it was okay to vent. More importantly though, she states that the details that Shelby doesn't want to go into is that she inserted herself into trying to help Susu and I mend our relationship. She screamed at me in my kitchen with her husband, her brother, and OG present. I was verbally assaulted to the point that I had to run to my bedroom to hide in my own house. All the others present were in shock of Shelby's outburst. No one, including her partner, tried to step in and stop this. I called Susu and begged her to come over so she could help calm Shelby down. After this, I asked her to leave. Her husband asked OG to drive him to the airport. Shelby and her brother left.
I appreciate everything you did for us. I hope we move soon. We can hang out again. Susu as well. Hell yeah, bro. Have a good flight, man. Thanks, man. I appreciate everything you and... How you doing, man? Hey, man, doing good. You? Yeah, I'm good. Things have still been a little awkward since the whole thing. Like, we're still trying to figure out why. No idea, I wouldn't know, man. Vague posting about what?
What's important to note here is that Bunny doesn't deny describing this outburst as an attack, but she denies talking to other people, with the exception of Susu in this incident. So it's not unlikely she did tell people that Shelby had attacked her. Bunny includes screenshots of message texts between her and Susu, but the...
You home safe? Yeah, I forgot to text. I had talked with he cry. What hap? And apologize. We're just sitting on the couch while Shelby yelled. I forgave him, and he said he won't let that happen again and wants to see Doc Monday. He needs to see a doc. What for? He okay? Can you write as adults, please? Is mental health bad since that break-in hasn't been
the messages don't really prove anything since
it literally doesn't say anything here.
It's basically just Bunny's retelling her experience and.
Heads up so you don't freak out. Shelby messaged on Twitter. It's literally like you saying to your girlfriend, I think at the time, being like, this happened. Okay. Where are other people that were involved in that one?
She is dating both of them, so of course they will be supportive of her no matter how she feels. Anyway, she moves on to the grooming her to be better than Jenna allegations and expresses that she simply wanted to help out a friend by trying to hype her out. She was toxic and she apologizes for that. And now for the Lena part, which is what started this whole saga. She sort of drafts a timeline of events surrounding her dispute. It seems she did this to showcase how much Bunny attempted to communicate with Lena and resolve the conflict during that time. But more importantly, it seems like another opportunity to throw Susu under the bus and paint her in a bad light.
Of course.
On December 5th, Susu had a voice call with Lena where Susu explains to Bunny why Lena is upset about Bunny donating to Troy, Lena's husband, and Peach Milk, Lena's best friend, on stream. After she expressly told...
Wait, so... I didn't know that been besties before drama. What do you mean Peach can't be friends because Lena? It's like Troy situation. How she got upset about you and OG donating to Troy after you said you didn't want her in the conversation about the figure. What? Why are you surprised, you fucked up psychotic bitch? What do you mean, what? You're trying to exclude her from the deal and then you're going behind her back to donate to Troy to like coax him in, that proves that you are an even bigger piece of shit.
Peach Milk, Lena's best friend, on stream after she expressly told Lena she didn't want to talk to her anymore. It comes off as Bunny rubbing it in, but Bunny makes a point that she's just all
It's her best friend, so she got upset seeing you donating and stuff to her husband and best friend while not wanting to talk to her, and she said you unfollowed. Told I'm in voice chat. Oh, okay, I didn't know they best friend. I supported Troy and Peach because I always have. Yeah, I didn't know either. I thought they met in Cherry Bomb. I will still support people that I did before. I didn't think my relationship is different. There's context to everything that you were doing, and you know what you're doing.
Always supported them, so it wasn't something she did on purpose. But then Bunny
Bullshit.
drops a
I
massive
don't believe it.
bombshell. We find out that the large VTuber Bunny was talking to was Silvervale. Starting in April 2020, Bunny begins a friendship with Silvervale, confiding in her about her fear of Lena. Honestly, I'm not sure who these screenshots were supposed to defend. Definitely not Bunny, as she
Wait.
Friendship with Silvervale.
Bunny, you had a figure. No, I thought you did. They were working on it. I swear I saw pictures. What happened? Lena had personal problems with me and canceled the whole project. Whoa, what the fuck? That's not okay. She went really bad on me and tried to create lies about me. Who could ever have a problem with you? What the fuck? Like, even mods in my disco. I'll tell what happened so weird. So, remember how I said I did lewd work and made a group? And there's no proof there.
Silvervale, confiding in her about her fear of Lena. Honestly, I'm not sure who these screenshots were supposed to defend. Definitely not Bunny, as she doesn't look great in them. After advising Silver...
Wait, she's just confirming that she's going behind her back to bring out this beef further. They were also taking advantage of me financially. You psychotic person. They took 20k in debt for you, and you admitted that it happened as per part of your contract, and you didn't take a single fucking hit from that. You also pocketed $2,000. You are trying to prove that this is... This should make you feel, look good, not feel. This. Oh my god. You're just making yourself look way worse. What do you mean? Holy shit. One day, a girl that always asked for retweets and posted links wasn't retweeting others, and not Sue, we were dating at the time. No, that's not what happened. You said that she was cycling retweets and not only retweeting you. She got angry I asked this. No, that's not what happened. Oh god damn, dude. You really thought that this would make you look good, right? After that, Lena and her went on crazy rant about how I shouldn't ask for others to get retweets back. Okay, alright.
Silvervale not to use iHas toys for her figurines, saying that in addition to canceling the project...
So she also fucks up the business as well here. And you know, -2 to this, to Silvervale? Any proof. Ask for any proof. Stop believing everything.
About her, iHas Toys also took advantage of her financially. She starts trauma dumping on Silvervale, telling her about Lena's horrible mistreatment.
Yeah, she just out of nowhere
doesn't really add much to the conversation. She literally just replies asking if she had another contact for a high quality...
Never seen anything like that. It's so weird and sudden, go figures, hard and sad for me because I advertised it a lot. I advertised it a lot. You deleted the posts. You admitted to deleting the post for a reason that, well, it's not getting enough traction. Also, I'm on my period. I will do this later. Stayed up on work nights. It's a social media promo. On your Instagram, you don't need to stay up on work nights to post this. I already did a tweet. It's that easy. I worked at an office that time and really promoted them to have her suddenly go crazy. Suddenly. So she is covering up the fact that she's trying to push the owner of the company from the deal to have a free reign to tell whatever bullshit he wants in private on meetings. With one of them being her boyfriend at the time. Yeah, that doesn't make you look good. That doesn't make you look good. That does not make you look good. That does not make you look good in any way, shape, or form. It makes you look way worse. Because we've seen other screenshots and what happened. We have the receipts of you receiving $2,000. You have confirmed that Lena took a $20K hit before in the same document. Dude, I can't. I feel like I'm super angry. I feel like I'm super angry. I don't.
Resin, but then Bunny keeps on pressing the matter, so Silvervale provides some positive words of encouragement. After that,
I can't read this.
To reach out and clarify the situation, Bunny receives no more response from Silvervale. Girl dodged a bullet. The timeline concludes with another statement regarding Bunny's
I hope she just got
relationship with
smarter
Susu.
and
She attaches cherry-picked screenshots of
decided
her
to be
and
like,
Susu
whatever, fuck that.
bad-mouthing Jenna in an effort to paint Susu as the bad guy even further, even though it seems like she's the one controlling the tone of most of these conversations. She concludes her statement by going off on everybody.
I'm just getting way too angry. I cannot
She's
anymore.
like, I apologized to her and I meant it. She made my private apology public and ridiculed it on stream. This is against Twitch TOS. I said I would leave your name out of my mouth due to fear and wanting to stop this hate from spreading to my friends. It did not, so I'm sorry, but I will break my promise. You dragged everyone who supported me through the mud. You presented all of these allegations as a fact, and in doing so, have done irreparable harm to me as a person and my brand.
Insanity.
You didn't wait to hear my side, but
Insanity.
laughed at false allegations to thousands of people. I took full responsibility for my actions, but it was not good enough for you, and you sought only to cause pain and strife for your own amusement.
Bullshit.
In your chat,
This-
I saw Lena, who was
This just exposes that you were holding it in all this time. You weren't sorry at all. You still admitted to everything, and you weren't sorry at all, and you just doubled down on everything here.
supposedly looking for a resolution. I saw Susu, who was claiming she was taking time off the internet. I saw the overwhelming support for false allegations and outright slander. She ends by saying, I didn't want to share my personal life, but I am forced to in order to clear my name.
You didn't clear
Baru
shit.
is not part of this conversation. He is his own person. Do not attach my past to him. But
What does Baru has to do with this one? You just out of nowhere brought him back in.
unfortunately, as Bunny's chapters in this saga would come to an end, Admiral Baru chapter was just beginning to unfold.
No, you just had to stay the fuck away from it. You just had to stay the fuck away from it. Oh my god.
And boy was that an equally huge can of worms. So Eric's
Equally huge? Oh no.
Bold is this large content creator that was friends with Admiral Baru for a long time.
That was
He starts by
a
saying
second.
that-
Yeah, that's number one, Alex. I know that guy. I remember when he was like a super small streamer and then got raided a bunch by late night crew as well. When cryotic was a thing, holy shit, another can of worms.
that he tried to settle things privately in the past, but it never worked and he got gaslit every time. And so he is now dropping this tweet longer against Baru. It took my friend Sam Strippin to expose Baru's lies for him to finally apologize. I want to point out that until that moment he was on stream and victimizing himself despite knowing what he
Oh,
had
is there
done
gonna
to
be this
Lena.
clip
Indeed,
for
a
7
clip of
seconds?
Admiral Baru had went viral where
Oh,
he
no.
described Lena as a professional victim.
This has all gotten out of hand. Lena has portrayed and played a professional victim.
You can hear how he's saying it is that it was 100% prepared and read through. It's a little disgusting.
He explains what happened between them and eventually builds up to all the awful thing he's done to him. He described his friendship with Baru as exhausting and felt very one-sided. He often bullied him to make himself look better at his expense to entertain his streams.
He's an asshole.
It didn't feel like friendly banter at all, and made him feel like he had to watch what he had to say continuously, otherwise Baru would be upset. Regardless, he ignored the red flags and continued.
The fact that this motherfucker went on stream to talk shit about Lena publicly is not good. Not a good look.
Relationship. In late 2018, Eric started to get big off Pokemon Let's Go content on Twitch as he was hunting a particularly rare version of a Pokemon. So he started to get thousands of viewers on his stream. Baru made a bet that he couldn't do it, but suddenly started showing a greater interest in interacting with him and kept asking to get on Discord calls with him while he was streaming, often trying to control Eric's chat by saying trigger words that induced the spam of his very popular emotes, thus redirecting the attention to himself.
Oh my god.
Keep this part in mind as it will come back later. Eric says that at one point he felt like somebody had copy-pasted Baru's chat on top of his own, which made him feel unmotivated. Eventually he caught his super
I can imagine
Pokemon
how bad
and
it
the
is.
attention around his streams died down. But what stung the most is that Baru immediately lost interest in hanging out with him, so
that's
Eric
classic.
felt used. Eventually, Baru would often vent to Arix and say some pretty horrible stuff about artists and creators alike. He also heard Baru spoke behind his back, yet often relied on his friend to cheer him back up. It seems he also had some significant anger problems. He even expressed wanting to hurt 2 streamers and 1 artist included in the screenshot. That's a far stretch from the cute little panda we all thought he was.
I mean, again, no one's thinking that Baru is a good person. I think he is an asshole, very unapologetic, and a lot of people knew he was an asshole. At least, you know, if you watch his streams for more than one day, you would see it. So
he also had an obsession with wanting to know which artist did what work for whom, and would deliberately hire those artists to make similar work done for him, to the point where it got excessive. In 2019, Arix visited Baru, but was essentially ignored the whole time, as Baru made plans with other streamers while he was there, and even streamed without him. Even his viewers were confused why I was sitting in the living room doing nothing. When he finally decides to do things with Arix, he's not allowed to interact with his chat. He reacted to one person, and Baru immediately DMs him telling him not to talk to his chat. Which is crazy since Arix detailed earlier how Baru would often control Arix's chat while he was on his stream. Not only that, but
don't react to my chat, I'm weird about it.
Later that day, Arix was streaming on his own, and Baru then proceeded to insert himself again on his stream. Honestly, it just...
Isn't that very normal to, like, you know, if you are co-streaming, you might actually, you know, have both chats open at point. What?
Seems like very controlling behavior. During 2020, Arix slowly started to distance himself, and in June of 2020, a bunch of streamers were getting cancelled left and right during the pandemic. That's when Baru's behavior changed towards him. He was trying to talk to him more often, being overly nice and polite, but also being very pushy about wanting to have a talk with Arix. Probably from fear of him going public with the story. Baru then makes a cryptic tweet which made the situation even more awkward between them. Yet Baru kept showing up in his chat as if nothing happened. Feeling uncomfortable with all of this, Arix finally messaged him saying he really needs his space, to which Baru replies, "Jesus Christ, dude, so like, can we actually hash things out, or am I just going to wake up to a tweet longer about how I have wronged you or something?"
Oh, you are so paranoid there. Holy shit.
That was a breaking point for Arix, and he swore to never associate himself with Baru again. A few weeks later, Baru had blocked him. When Arix returned to streaming, he made a statement where he clarified that him and Baru were not friends anymore, due to personal reasons, and he asked his audience to leave it at that. A few months later, Arix was brought on by Baru's chat, and Baru immediately shuts down the conversation and lies, claiming Arix was actually the one that had blocked him for months now.
Chat, Alex has blocked me for like months now.
Eventually, Baru's manager reached out to Alex to attempt to settle the issue.
It's a bit
not
of a
being able to take the time to answer the issue as he was dealing with a pregnant wife and dying grandmother, he asked for more time. The manager is Aaron, the same manager that butted in the conversation between Lena and Jenna on behalf.
Oh, so they're connected like that.
Of Bunny at the beginning of the video, and she got really pushy and eventually replied back with a cease and desist threat. To which he responds with proof that Baru had lied on the stream about him blocking him and saying he was disappointed in him. That's why he doesn't want to talk. Erin replies that she was not aware of this. Alex then answers he asks Baru to stay away from him, and now Baru wants to take legal actions against him because, what, he wouldn't tell him why he has a problem with him? That doesn't make sense, does he?
That doesn't even fly anywhere.
He doesn't want to proceed forward, and he sees no point in attempting to mend
cease and desist? Why?
The relationship with Baru. After that, he receives no more response. Eric says it was a bully tactic.
Yeah, sure was.
Worked. Despite him having no grounds to actually take legal actions against me, this still shook me to the core. I wanted to call it out so badly.
I would be so angry at that. I would just fucking leak all the DMs and say like, you are a gigantic piece of shit for even trying that.
But I stayed silent in fear of him coming after me again. I've seen him crush so many people that have spoken out against him. I felt isolated. This led to him taking numerous months break due to his poor mental state as he started seeing bits of rumors about him. He ends by saying that this is him setting the record straight. He doesn't want to see Baru get cancelled, but he wants to see him man up and change. He can try and claim he was misled by Bunny when he made lies about Lena, but to me, that was his own wrongdoing. This statement really turned the tide of public opinion against Baru. Before, he was a misguided and perhaps too loyal of a friend who tried to protect Bunny.
Just dumb.
But this statement painted him as a selfish, narcissistic, controlling clout chaser. Other people started coming out with similar stories against him too. Baru becomes a trending topic on Twitter, and while he did pause his subathon, he had returned to streaming, but this new set of backlash forces him out into hiatus once again. Mainly, the artist mentioned in the Google Doc by Baru as a, quote, shitlord who needs to be run over by a truck, end quote. And he says, hey, I'm the artist that worked on the early panda emotes from 2016 to 2018. I can't tell my story because of legal contracts, but I'm the artist graciously implied in the screenshot. For years, I was cursed with seeing my old panda's artwork all over Twitch, reminding me of him. And another content creator comes out. Scrubbing is a partner facecam streamer that has been around since the Justin TV days. So basically prehistoric. He is known for his cute cat emotes and you might have seen them around. Lots of people have subscribed to his channel purely for his emotes, and he was sort of one of the first pioneers of this trend, having invested lots of times and effort and money into building his brand. If you've been paying attention, I have a feeling you know where I'm going with this.
Oh, so that's why he was asking about every single artist that made your emotes.
Scrubbing has noticed a very similar pattern of behavior with Baru. According to him, Baru has a long track record of doing this to multiple folks, streamers both big and small, and mistreating artists. He claims Baru blatantly copied his emotes, including their design and even orientation, after seeing their popularity on Scrubbing's channel. At the time, Baru did not have any cute panda branding and was mostly focused on a realistic, pixel-like style. At the time, Scrubbing averages around 50 to 100 viewers per month, but had around 2,400 paid subscribers, which is huge.
Fair, yeah,
huge.
That's a lot.
Quickly recognized an opportunity. Scrubbing explains how he slowly starts to insert himself in his streams, his community, and tries to become friends with them. Problems arose when he attempted to get in touch and commission his emote artist, Dominic Carapel, the same guy that just commented on Eric's post. Scrubbing attributes lots of his channel's success to Dom's dedicated work on his emotes and has nothing but respect for him. However, that doesn't seem to be how Baru viewed him as
shitlord needs to be run over by a truck.
But that's when things start to unravel. Some of his emotes became a complete copy of his emotes, except as a panda. Scrubbing explains how Baru put heavy stress on his artists to copy it and take inspiration from other streamers.
Oh.
And while taking inspirations is usually fine, even when his artists tried to make the emotes have their own twist and their own originality, Baru just didn't want it. He wanted it to be the exact same. Scrubbing did ask for him to stop making emotes combinations with him.
So he wanted to actually like replace the emotes so people would sub to him as a complete package?
Once on his Twitch chat publicly, but Baru had a way of framing things as to set his Twitch chat against him. This behavior also extended to a concept and ideas Scrubbin had in terms of his content, which Baru would copy the next day, to the point where people started to think Scrubbing was the one ripping off Baru. He even had Baru's viewer come into his chat to insult him, and people saying they will unsubscribe because why should they be sub to 2 channels with the same emotes? Eventually, Scrubbing emotes were all banned on Baru's channel, and he would feign not knowing him when mentioned. Really sus behavior. But what
That's
really
a very Among
hurt
Us
Scrubbing
moment.
the most is how Baru seemed to completely lose interest with him after he had gotten what he wanted. And although Baru had unsubbed and unfollowed him ages ago, he would still show up whenever Scrubbing view count was high, for example like he was on the front page. He ends by hoping that Baru can change for the better. Weirdly enough, another partner streamer commented under his post, echoing some of the same points against Baru, saying,
Another one has hit the
I have
Twitter.
0 interactions or proof of anything. Always found it odd that sometimes a new emote of mine would pop up elsewhere shortly after. Great minds, I chuck it too. But I've had people come into my stream and accusing me of copying him. This felt very similar.
I can imagine how disgusting it felt.
While this bot has been removed, this Dexerto article recalls the events. After the initial Twitlonger statement, Baru came out swinging on Twitch, calling the entire saga a witch hunt. We tried to end things amicably, we really tried, but now it's time for the nuclear option. I'm not going to be reading all of this on stream, but I will be using my platform to direct towards the truth, he said on a now deleted
stream, of course,
which lasted 22 minutes. The internet is not a place for you to air your dirty laundry like this. I will not be bullied off my own platform when I, myself, have tried to reconcile multiple times in private.
See? When I'm saying that a lot of the drama should stay behind closed doors between individuals, it's understandable, but since this is directly affecting things like, you know, their own channels, and people just showing up in their chat to shit on them for having the same emotes and stealing ideas that, you know, weren't really this guy's, it's a little weird you would just come out swinging and say that, you know, oh, I'm not gonna be bullied off my own platform and we shouldn't air dirty laundry like this. If it's affecting their career, they sure as fuck should protect their career. I'm sorry, this is just common sense.
And then he posted this on Twitter. I have not hid that I was a terrible friend, and I truly do want to improve with you all.
So he comes out swinging, deletes the video, and then does this.
Be taking some time off, some may never be able to see me change. I will do my best to hold myself accountable for my actions. This is all I can offer you. He also makes a post on his Discord channel announcing a week off streaming and defending himself. I have admitted multiple times that I am not a nice person. I'm working on improving myself. Those who know,
as I said, we all know that Baru is an asshole, so.
Be taking a week off from streaming, and from there we can rebuild, both myself and the community. I tried to reach out to the affected parties numerous times in the past to no avail. People will believe what they want. I tried to do right by my past mistakes. See you all in a week. Eventually, Lena feels comfortable enough to return to streaming with Mamavale, Khan, and Silvervale. But before the collab starts, she briefly...
Oh, so that's why Silver stopped answering fully. Probably reached out to Lena and they had a talk. Probably, that's my guess.
addresses the issue, putting things behind her once and for all.
I genuinely just wanted to say my piece, and I put myself out there. I'm glad that the platform is there for other people to come forward and speak on the matter. They felt that they couldn't before. I'm glad and I'm proud of everyone, for everyone that had my back. I really appreciate it. I was very nervous, but I do genuinely not wish harm on anyone, and I hope that all parties involved on both sides eventually end up coming to a point where they are okay. I am genuinely sorry to the VTuber community and other communities for kind of like,
didn't she just came back to streaming and didn't really do anything and try to just kind of, you know, exist? And then all the allegations behind the back from the duo started happening, because that's again putting way more credibility on their side, you know, on Lane and every other party affected.
rattling the cage like blah, and just like shook it open and just spewed chaos all among the timeline. I am sorry. I know it was kind of a lot, and a lot of people don't really like seeing that stuff. But I can genuinely say now that you know, for 4 more years, I'm not really knowing the feeling. I just wanted to be able to, in so many words, to just be free, and I don't want to question anything anymore. I just want to go forward with my community and my friends.
Very understandable too.
Know that all of that is kind of out in the open, and I can put it behind me, and hopefully all parties involved can put it behind them as well and move forward. I think, you know, everyone makes mistakes, and a lot of people in some points in their life can be quite shitty, but that doesn't mean that they can't change. It's not my place for you to tell you guys to give someone a chance, but at the very least, like, you know, you can walk away forming your own opinions, but don't like hound anyone to not like come back and do the same.
She's a way bigger person than a lot of people I've known.
In the end, most of these people, with the exception of Lena, have shed their VTuber persona and haven't returned to it. Bunny Ayu in particular ceased all VTubing activities as of September 12, when, without any explanation, Bunny renamed her Twitch channel from Bunny GIF to Bunny Ayu, where she now streams IRL content almost daily. Bunny's growth has not been impacted by the controversy at all. In fact, her numbers have only grown since then. She now boasts around 335,000 followers on Twitch and an impressive 1.2 million followers on Twitter. But hey, no judgment, gooners are gonna goon after all. As for Admiral Baru, he still streams to this day, very frequently. But he took a significant hit during the controversy, losing almost 7,000 subscribers during that period.
He's back better than ever.
He is still doing extremely well in terms of numbers, averaging around 5,000 viewers per stream. He never reached the 11,000 viewers high he had
he's still getting a lot of viewers.
Admiral Baru of contacting the police on Twitter.
I wouldn't say better than ever, but he's doing well for himself.
Claiming she won't let herself be intimidated from supporting the victims of Bunny Ayu. Baru responded he had no idea what was going on. Eventually, they agreed that it was caused by an individual who was very close to all of them that made the call using Baru's name and was very angry with Susu for retweeting twitlongers against Bunny. Finally, both content creators agreed to bury the hatchet and move on. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed watching this video, consider subscribing and giving a thumbs up.
I really
hope
like
this style of content. Check out my other 2 channels, Rima Evenstar Highlights and Rima Evenstar Investigates. And if you want to support me even further so I can keep on bringing you quality content, check out my Patreon for those sweet exclusive videos. Until then, I hope I never have to read another twitlonger ever again. Peace out.
No way you're not gonna have to read it, Rima. No way.
My dog is...
What can I say? It started really shitty, and it's nice that they kind of just, you know, went their separate ways and kind of forgot all about it, and everyone's doing better and just kind of distanced themselves from it. But holy shit, that's bad. That was bad. That wasn't good. all that stuff, that wasn't good. But at least you know, I hope this will be a lesson in a lot of things that happen, you know, afterwards, because as people like to say about cancel culture or whatever, it is really ramped up and then kind of started simmering down when people started saying, is there any evidence to this? can you back up your claim with anything? And it started to be a little more manageable now, but this was still the time where a lot of the things would just, you know, be thrown out and believed. And I'm glad that there's some receipts there just to, you know, anchor us in what's happening, and we can kind of see the patterns of things, because 90% of those tweet longers were still just you know, he says, she says. And yeah, it was disgusting. It was disgusting, and I do hope that people can change, but I don't like that pattern of behavior. It feels really shitty. No, what did I miss? Oh, you missed an hour of drama here. I'm sorry, an hour of VTuber and Twitch drama. But yeah, I got unbelievably angry at poets here, because a lot of the things would hit really close at home. Especially the fucking cancer thing. God, that one was very hard to hear, very hard to hear. And I would rather know what the person is, you know, capable of, even if they changed or not. It's nice to know the story now. Ooh, that was some heavy stuff.